for coming to join us in this major event that we are organizing in our region. I am Isaac Kitutu Masuba, coordinating Elgon Region Tourism Network, as well as what everybody knows as Explore Elgon Pamoja. Explore Elgon Pamoja is a slogan which came out of Elgon Expo and Convention, which is going to run 10 days. That is from 4th to 14th. And in these 10 days, we have different activities that we have organized. We have the expo, which most people know as a trade fair or a trade show, which is going to be in Mbale City grounds. Then we have the run, which is going to be on the 6th. Then we have the trekking to Agagai, is 6th to 8th of December. And then we have the business forum and dinner, which is going to be on the 9th. And then we have the touring around Mount Elgon. All these activities, we have assembled them together as different stakeholders so that we can organize something that can create an impact. And so as we host people from different parts of this country and East Africa, we want them as they come. Some of them come with different tastes and all that. So we want to sort of treat each and every person to their interest. And so that's why we have organized this event. But also we are doing this to touch different fields. But all of them, when we touch them, we believe we shall be selling our region in terms of tourism. And our theme for the event, we are saying, harnessing our heritage for a thriving future. And that is which will help us to obtain our objectives of socio-economic transformation for sustainable development. We know we have been having different activities which we believe can change our welfare. And some of them are pioneered by the government. We have heard about the PDM, we have heard about the Myoga. But we believe some of these sectors, and more especially in our region, that have been a little neglected by the natives, the community members, the society, but also we, as we also appeal to, as we showcase to both the government and the international community, that actually this region has a lot in terms of tourism, trade, and which can really take us to another level. People have known this region for agriculture. And when we talk about agriculture, that is the coffee, the Arabica coffee, that when you talk about Elgon, you talk about Mbale, Vugisu, they will tell you, yes, we have heard about BCU, Vugisu Cooperative Union, and that is coffee. And we know very well how coffee has played a part in this country. Actually, the Vugisu coffee or coffee from Elgon region played a big part during Uganda attaining independence. It was the economy from coffee from this region and then Uganda that gave the assurance of the British that yes, Uganda can stand on its own with the resources, with the money that comes from what? From coffee. So yes, we are grateful that we have that, and that has helped us for long. But you know very well right now that tourism has surpassed agriculture. Before, our major income as a nation, as a country, has been agriculture. But some 2-3 years, tourism surpassed that. Actually, with the COVID and all that, tourism has surpassed that. So there is a lot we can actually tap from this tourism sector. And that's why the government is now prioritizing on the 4 major sectors that they believe will propel this nation, this economy, to the strong middle income economy. And these 4 areas that they are going to focus on to, which they believe will with the 10%, will take our economy from the $50 billion economy to the 500 billion economy. And which are these 4 areas? The president has been mentioning them. The first one, he's looking at actually tourism. He's looking at tourism. The second one is agro-industrialization, commercial agriculture. So he believed that for long we have been cultivating for eating, for food. But the government is saying, if we can move away from only cultivating or growing food for eating, and that's why you have heard about, is it the 1 acre model? And then we begin to plan for food, but also for money. And that's why he's talking about the commercialized agriculture. The oil and gas. You know very well, soon Uganda will be exporting. Actually, they have said by mid next year, we shall be beginning to sell our oil. The pipeline is almost more than 50% finished. So they believe by next year that will be done. We have heard about the exploration in the Albertine area. We have heard about the tests that are going on with the Teso and the Karamoja region. So the government is saying oil and gas has to be also part of the major sector focus. Then you know very well that government is the biggest spender. Every year government comes with a budget of over, I think now, over 35 trillion shillings. This money is for spending. They don't just collect taxes and what and put there to. It is spent. It is supposed to cause what we call the stimuli of the economy, and so it is spent back in some of these activities, some of the programs that government comes up with. So that means the 35 plus trillion shillings of our budget is going to go to these 4 major sectors: tourism, commercialized agriculture, then oil and gas, and then science and technology. So whoever will position themselves, whoever will position himself for themselves in these 4 sectors will reap big. So that's why we are coming to tell the populace, the region at large, that we need to focus onto these key areas if we are also to benefit as a region. And that's why we are drumming. We thank the partners that have come on board. John Hanwick here, who on top of what he's doing in the West, he joined here, he came to our region, and he's doing good work with the Elgon Trekking Services. We thank the stakeholders, the hospitality, and many other players whom we are working together, and the local governments in the region. We are not working in isolation. This is not for an individual. It's not to benefit an individual. It is to benefit all of us. The society, the people who sell in the market, the traders in Mbale City and the region at large, the hospitality team, those in the tourism services sector, and the local government, all them they are going to benefit. I have had an opportunity to go to, I have moved to the entire country. I have seen what tourism is doing to some of the regions in this country. You go to the West, what tourism is doing to the communities, what tourism is contributing to the local government budgets, and what tourism is doing to some even of the marginalized communities. You come to the border at the Kasese, you come to Bundibujo, you come to Kisoro, and down there is a group that was staying in the mountains, and it was marginalized. But because of the resources, the money from tourism, they are doing great work in this community. and also, just as I said, the local government. So that's why we are here, region, as the Eastern region or Elgon region. But this will have a multiplier effect to our economy as Uganda. But also, it will also help us to promote the East African community. You have heard about the East African community. We have members of IALA who come from our regions. And so we are telling the leaders that it will be better if it is bottom up. Many times they drum projects and programs up there, and yet when down, people do not understand them. So we are saying that this time we can drum these projects from down up. If you are talking about East African community, what is all about East African community? But if you tell somebody who is in Mbale or in Manafa or in Luakaka that with East African community, you'll be able to cross to Luakaka, you'll be able to cross to Malava and sell your goods, and vice versa. And you'll also know that some of these borders were created by the colonialists. So we are saying that these borders that were created can now be lifted, can be opened for the services, for the goods, and any other as East African community.
Thank you very, very much. I'm John Hunwick from Elgon Trekking. There's an extreme potential in the Mount Elgon region. First of all, let's talk about the National Park. The National Park, Uganda Wildlife Authority is making a lot of changes, and they're really upping their game a lot, and it's going to make it a lot better park to visit in the future, even now. And the beauty up here, any of you can climb Mount Elgon. We've had about a month ago, we had two families with four young children. The youngest one was 6 years old, but they climbed, and the children came down with a lot of energy. They were really excited for what they'd done. The thing we learned from the children, that in the lower levels, because up at the higher levels it's a bit cold, but in the lower levels they have this fantasy of sleeping in a tent. They wanted to sleep in tents. That's fantastic. They want to experience what they've read in the storybooks and really go for the adventure. And when you say a 6-year-old child and 8-year-old, 9-year-old children are climbing up there, and it's not the only families we've had a few others, it just shows it's possible for all of you to climb. It really is. And you can bring your families, you can bring your friends, and go up and really enjoy nature. The other thing about nature, worldwide, getting out in nature since COVID, getting out in nature is the greatest healer we have. The biomes that comes from the trees and the surroundings is very good for building our immunity and building our strength. It's even very good for your brain and everything that goes with it. And the world is now looking for nature-based tourism, getting up in nature. So I urge you to come and climb the Sasa Trail and the other trails as well. You've got the Kapkwai Trail, you've got the Bashi Trail, you've got so many alternatives. We're also taking people down, in fact there's some up there now that are going up to Wagagai, then they're going down to the Kenya border near the hot springs and coming back, 5-day trek. And that's becoming one of our most common treks now, to go down that people want to go and sleep in the caldera, and it's a total different experience. Then there's cross-border thing. Early this year, Uganda and Kenya signed the UNESCO Biodiversity Agreement to have the diversity across both things. So we're really developing the cross-border tourism to be a major factor. And some people will say, but there's not many animals in Uganda. That's true. They've been exploited very much, particularly on the Gishu side. But the amazing thing is, the animals on the Kenya side are too many, and they're coming back. Recently, down on the southern part of Mount Elgon here, over 200 elephants crossed across. 200 crossed across. 2 of them were collared. So it's very easy for UA to track them, and they went there with their drone and they filmed them from the air and got very good evidence that they're here. And they were here for nearly 2 months. And I believe that the elephants, because there's over 500 on the Kenyan side, they're looking for new territory. They're looking for new territory. So they're going to come back. And UA has responded by increasing the number of rangers to patrol and to protect them from the poachers. And many of the other animals are also coming back. So I see a very bright future there. I've always said that I believe that within 10 years we can quite easily have 15,000 tourists climbing in Mount Elgon National Park. But that's not the only thing. Around in Swam, you've got a beautiful area. Swam on the other side. As you drive down there, you see these volcano peaks in the distance up towards Karamoja. It's absolutely stunning, and the tourists really love it. Then if you go to the UA premises or anywhere near Swam, there's beautiful forests for one-day walks and all that sort of thing as you cross across into Kenya or stay on the Ugandan side. Sipi Falls is outstanding. There's so much to do there. You can do abseiling, you can do belaying down the waterfalls. There's a lot of community walks there on the 3 major waterfalls and a lot of other activities around there. And the hotels there, they've built the hotels inside the nature, right next to the waterfalls or right in the forest. And it really makes a beautiful natural setting. So Sipi Falls is there. The other major thing we have is Pianupi is now becoming a national park. They have a lot of wildlife there. They have cheetah there, which is not found otherwise in Uganda. They have so many animals there. They have the ostrich and all this. I've been suggesting to
The Burundians, the Rwandese, the DRC, Somalis and South Sudan, and even others, Ethiopians, Nigeria, they are going to come. Some of them are coming with their goods and services. Some of them are coming to tour and also they talk to benchmark, to scout about the business potentials here. So this expo is going to bring, I don't want to shy to talk with some of these words. It actually at the end it will be like an international expo where it is bringing many people to come. And this is an opportunity for all of us. So that's what we wanted to share with you. And we cannot do this on our own without the press, without the media, without the fourth estate. You people, you know very well that actually you are our biggest stakeholder. And that's why we always come back to you, because you are the one who, Assembly of Kenya, Honorable Moses Wetangula, by the way, was actually born in Uganda here, in Vumbo, Butiru there. So, and that's what we are saying, come and be part of this great vision, great dream for the East African community. And we are also telling the Speaker of Yela to come. And then at the close, we expect the President to come and close. So, but what do we have to do? We have to mobilize. We are telling everybody from Namisindwa to Vukwo to Vukedea to Vukedi